ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of appropriate ages, this is the Daily Deucey podcast. Today is Wednesday, February 2nd, and honest to God, I thought, wait, fuck, it's not fucking, see, I'm gonna keep this in there. I thought today was Wednesday. Today's actually Tuesday. The snow and my wife and the kids being home has really sent me for a fucking loop. I got kids fucking crying in the background. My wife's running around fucking crazy. I'm surprised you don't actually hear this in the podcast, but it is what it is. I fucking shoveled again today. Fucking Johnny's screaming in the background. Shoveled twice. Still tons of snow. Back's fucking killing me, but we're going to push through. We don't have a sponsor again, so I'm going to make up a sponsor today. And today's made-up sponsor is Yannis Pappas, also known as Morisa, also known as Mr. Panos, also known as Yanni Longdays. Check out my boy Yannis Pappas on pretty much everything, the gram, the YouTubes. Now, Yanni, when you see this, because I'm going to fucking tag you, nobody's happy that History Hyenas is going to fucking kaputs, okay? Nobody's happy. So tomorrow, when I fucking tag Chrissy and his fake sponsorship, we're going to have something to fucking talk about if fucking History Hyenas really is going down the fucking tubes. So thank you to Yanni and Christy Comedy for fucking History Hyenas and all the money I waste on fucking Patreons. Hopefully one day I'll have a fucking Patreon. But shout out to Yanni. Check out his podcast here. Hopefully History Hyenas really doesn't fucking break up and they're going to do some sort of fucking like Jay-Z, I'm retiring, but then really not retire ever type shit. So for today's first story that we're going to get into, you know, I've been thinking about this and like, you know, we have Karen and Ricks and shit like that. What's the name of a Karen for a black person? Okay, I'm not going to go and make any fucking guesstimates on that one whatsoever because I'm fucking going up the fucking wrong pipe already with that. But I kind of have an idea that we should actually name them Lebron from now on. Because as fantastic and wonderful as LeBron is, as a basketball player and as a person, he does a lot of wonderful things for the community and for the people. He's kind of a herb and kind of a geek and not really like a smooth fucking guy. First of all, first topic on that was we saw LeBron fucking recently. This is a little bit of an older picture, but LeBron's driving on the fucking highway in his $1 million fucking Porsche convertible. So fuck me. That's worth 2 of my house. So like, great. That's fine. You're still a geek. Like, take the mask off in your car, you stinky herb. Watch LeBron James's X-rated on-court bust up with bust up. Get it? Get it? Bust. Get it? Hold on. Get it? Bust up. Get it? LeBron James was caught up in a furious war of words with a pair of fans during the Los Angeles Lakers win over the Atlanta Hawks. The NBA legend helped lead his team to a 107-99 win in Atlanta. But the game wasn't without its drama. And are you supposed to start a sentence with but? Like, I thought that was like a no-no. Couldn't you just say the game wasn't without its drama? Like, isn't that bad reporting? I don't know. Bad English, grammar, whatever. He was involved in X-rated exchanges to fans during the game. LeBron claims Hawks fan Chris Carlos went out of bounds with a comment at his expense. That I'm curious of what the comment is. Did he say something about like his hairline or something like that? Because LeBron's really tight about that, which that's totally within bounds. You know, if he said something about his kids or his wife or some shit like that, that's out of bounds. Other than that, I mean, what are we talking about here? This is funny though, because this chick is fucking feisty. Just inches from the court, Juliana can be heard yelling, "Shut the F up. Don't talk to my husband like that." Which is so funny. Like, I don't know how this guy, Mr. Carlos, Chris Carlos, feels like, but his wife is now the star of this, and she looks like a tough guy. I mean, sort of. Like, you know, jerk off, but tough guy. And he looks like a complete fucking cuck. Hawks officials later told ESPN the husband and wife, dubbed courtside Karen by LeBron, were ejected from the State Farm Arena. Still furious, Juliana took to Instagram saying King James is a fucking joke and a fucking loser. In the clip, Juliana said, Chris has been a Hawks fan forever. He's been watching the games for 10 years. Whatever. He has this issue with LeBron. I don't have an issue with LeBron. I don't give a fuck about LeBron. I mean, okay. Like, listen, you're not at a Knicks game, babe. You're at a fucking Atlanta Hawks game. I mean, obviously the guy's super rich, even though that house in Atlanta is probably worth like $185,000. Although her fake boobs were probably worth the same thing. It's what it is. His pants are so tight too. You know how like he's really rich and he's probably on HGH and shit when you're that age, but you still got to wear like tight pants and kind of dope sneaker. I like, listen, I'm not hating. The outfit's kind of dope, but you know, it's what it is. Anyway, I'm minding my own business, drinking, having fun. All of a sudden, LeBron looks at my husband during the game and cusses him out. I stood up and go, don't talk to my fucking husband like that. Talk to my husband one more time and I'll fuck you up. Wow. Hey, God bless. She's going at him. So, despite the drama, LeBron said it was nice to have fans back in the arena. He said, I didn't feel like it was warranted to be kicked out. So again, was it as bad? Like, was it out of bounds where you had to cuss him out back, or was it warranted enough to be kicked out? Like, are they the same thing? I don't know. Might have had a couple drinks, blah, 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 blah. You know, whatever. The one thing that I'm going to kind of move on from this pretty quickly, but the one thing that's kind of corny in this is the coach and Anthony Davis, like, well, it certainly exposed something with regards to having fans in the pandemic. You can't have fans taking their masks down and shouting at our players with the virus out there during these times. Like, cuz, you're running around spitting in each other's mouths, dude. What's the difference? Stop being such a geek, man. Such a geek. Now, the reason I did this next story is A, because I saw this picture here, and I think just this is hilarious. Like a big Shaq guy fucking just mowing down little tiny people. But I wanted to touch on the kind of whole Biden thing here with transgender athletes playing sports. Ex-NFL star Marcellus Wiley calls for separate transgender category in school sports after Biden order. Former NFL star and current Fox Sports 1 host Marcellus Wiley called last week for the creation of a separate transgender category for youth athletics, which I love where he's coming from, but like youths shouldn't even be anyway. I don't want to get fucking, I don't get monetized on YouTube anyway, so let's hopefully not get removed, period. Titled Executive Order on Preventing and Combating Discrimination on the Basis of Gender Identity or Sexual Orientation, Biden's order calls on schools to allow youth athletes to participate in sports competitions consistent with their gender identity. Also known as, if you're a boy, you can say you're a girl and go play against the girls. Let me ask you a question here. How many girls who transition to boys are going to go play like football or even basketball or anything against other traditionally biological men, boys, teens? Like, how many of it, like, is that going to be an issue, or is it only one way? Biden's order began the end of girls' sports. Wiley implied the executive action would be harmful to competition. As a father of 3 daughters and the husband to a former collegiate athlete, this hits home in a special way, Wiley wrote on Twitter. It's time to create a separate transgender category in competition. I'm kind of all with it. I mean, in high school. Biden's order references to the Supreme Court's ruling in the 2020 case Bostock versus Clayton County, where the court found that the Title VII of the 1964 Civil Rights Act prohibiting discrimination because of sex includes discrimination on the basis of gender identity and sexual orientation. The order signals that schools do not comply could lose their federal funding under Title IX. So, children should be able to learn without worrying about whether there'll be denied access to the bathroom, locker room, or school sports, the order says. Who wrote this order, dude? Like, you can't be a biological boy with a biological boy's bone structure and growth it's so silly. Anyone who argues the other way is just, you're either really, really dumb or there's some sort of other thing that you're looking for. Okay? And just to kind of really drive how dumb this is, transgender Australian League's football player vents fury after being dropped from the women's handball team because teammates didn't want to get changed and showered with her. Okay. So before we even look at the picture of her, Hannah Mouncey, get this image in your head. She's 6'2" and 100 kilos, which, if I remember correctly, is like over 200 pounds, 205. Okay. That she weighs less than me, but is 3 inches taller than I am, and kind of looks like me with a wig on. So if you're on the podcast and the audio version, get that picture in your head, and then eventually when you get out of your car, go look at the video version. But video viewers, keep that view in your head, and let's see what Hannah Mouncey looks like. Hey! Pretty hot. If it was a dude. Like, come on, dude. Come on. Like, is that a joke? She looks like Triple H almost. It's not she. It's a, whatever. I don't want to get in trouble. Like, come on, dude. Are we serious right now? Transgender athlete Hannah Mouncey claims the Australian women's handball team has left her out of the World Championships team because her teammates are refusing to share a change room with her. The 30-year-old was thrust into spotlight in 2018 after she was blocked from playing in the Women's Australian Football League because she had too much testosterone to qualify for the female league. Mouncey, who previously represented the nation in men's handball, so good enough of a male athlete to make the men's Olympic handball team, then decided she was a woman and then went to play on that team. So we're going to go over here, SaveWomenSports.com, Hannah Mouncey. 60 Minutes Australia did look at her, she's got big muscles. Look at, are we kidding? Dude, look, that's him. And now that's her. Come on, dude. Are we for real? Are we for real right now? I'm going to play a little bit of this. Is this going to go full screen here? Yeah. Are we for real? Now, what if one of these chicks gets hurt by a gigantic elbow flying into their face from a huge dude? What are they supposed to do? These chicks are probably so fucking mad. So mad. I would be punching them right in the dick. I know she probably didn't get it removed, so guess what? Punch them right in the fucking balls. They deserve it. Is this what they want? I don't think Biden is that stupid, really. I think he is mentally incompetent at this point as an old person, but who thinks this is a good idea? Who thinks this is a good idea? If you're just on the podcast audio version, she's 6'2", muscular, and just mushing through these fucking women who are literally half of her size. Its size. We cannot do this fucking bullshit. We cannot let this shit happen in this fucking country. Australia and fucking New Zealand are completely fucking cock worlds now. So whatever. But how does this happen? It's not right. I'm just gonna move on. Deucey crypto update for today, February 2nd, 4:04 p.m. Getting a little later in the day with the podcast. I get it. 35,765 at 6.24% for the day for Bitcoin. Looking good. Ethereum, 13% for the day at 1527. That's close to an all-time high, I believe. Litecoin, 143.59 for the day at 8%. Ripple down almost 6% for the day after Reddit tried to come in and pump that, and it didn't even fucking pump it that well. Corporate buy-ins could take Bitcoin price over 500,000, according to some report. With appetites for Bitcoin allocations firmly present, calculations suggest even small buy-ins would have a dramatic effect on price action. The price could fetch at least $535,000 price tag if corporate buyers convert 10% of their cash reserves to the largest crypto. One of the various conclusions from its latest report, Bitcoin Preparing for Institutions, investment firm ARK Investments said that even a 1% allocation from S&P 500 companies would be enough to increase the spot price by 40 grand, which is at 35 now, so that would basically be a doubling. The findings come as institutional buyers continue to focus on Bitcoin as a long-term alternative to cash, with one transaction in particular drawing attention after $500 million left Coinbase. Holy shit, dude. Based on search volumes compared to 2017, Bitcoin's price increase seems to be driven less by hype, with Bitcoin appearing to gain more trust. Some companies are considering it as cash on their balance sheets. Listen, we're not going to get too much into the fucking weeds on balance sheets, but long story short is these companies are going to start buying crypto to hold as assets that they want to either spend or keep as their savings. And if that happens, if 1% of the S&P 500 puts, if the S&P 500, 1% of their total money goes into crypto, that's 40 grand upwards on the price. If 10%, they say it's going to go up to 535. I hope so, babe. I hope so. Deep pockets now stays mainstream. Despite Bitcoin, large and emerging groups of institutions have an enormous capital base, and they are reallocating that space. And if you think about the supply and demand model of a commodity, the supply curve is declining over time to effectively zero, and the demand is increasing exponentially. So, and we're going to move on right after this, but that's also the thing about crypto. Not like gold, where they might be able to find another fucking brand new fucking reserve of gold in the fucking mountains. Crypto, Bitcoin in particular, will hit a point where there will be no more Bitcoin. And that's it. And just like that says, the supply is going to be zero and the demand is going to exponentially increase, which is great for the price. And great for football, EA Sports video game players. EA Sports College Football is returning for the first time since 2013. Announced on Twitter via small tease that college football is coming back, EA revealed it will be partnering with CLC, the nation's leading collegiate trademark licensing company, to become the exclusive developer of simulation college football video game experiences. The EA Sports College Football franchise garnered tens of millions of sales during its run from 2005 to 2014 and was a top 5 sports title in North America. It will include the rights to more than 100 institutions featuring logos, stadiums, uniforms, game day traditions, and more that fans have come to know and love. Although it notes that while this college game will not include student-athlete names, images, and likenesses, EA Sports is continuing to watch those developments closely. So I know, I think there was something that came into Congress, or they're working on it, where collegiate athletes are going to be able to get reimbursed and compensated for their likeness and stuff like that. So that would be great for college athletes, man, because they get dick now. And if they can make a little bit of bucks from EA or people buying this game, which was super popular, probably the last fucking football game Joe Metcalf was any good at. This is good news for everybody, especially football fans. Now, in 2013, they decided not to renew the contract, but now they have a deal with CLC, who I am actually a member with of CLC, because we do a lot of promotional products. Shout out Jan Promotions for a lot of the colleges, so that works out for us. But this is good. 1 hour game. NCAA 14. We should watch this, dude. Like, it gets to a point where maybe the games really were better back then, because like the realism makes it actually just worse and you have less like interaction with the game. But I don't know. Just about the 20-minute mark. Thank you, everybody. Thursday, which again I thought was tomorrow, but it's actually Tuesday today. So Thursday I have 3 podcasts coming up with a bunch of interesting people. I'm going to do hour-long episodes of that. Hopefully they come out well. Hopefully I'll fucking record the audio again this time. But look forward to that. Like and follow everywhere. I started a Facebook page called the Deucey Espectacular. Please like that. I will be posting everything directly to there now and then sharing out from there. But like, share, and follow, and see you soon.